Alright, this is Christopher Watson once again, and this is a request time for JB. The name of this video is I Was a Teenage Gary Dark Toons by Nostalgia Critic, so let's check it out. Yay.
Around my office, you might realize I have
Yes.
a love for dark, twisted cartoons.
Me too.
And a lot of that may be because I grew up with a lot of dark, twisted cartoons.
Me too.
Now, I'm not talking about the ones like Batman or ones that were meant for older kids. I'm talking about the ones that were meant for little kids, and they probably should have been made for little kids. And I loved the hell out of them.
Same.
I enjoyed how much they scared me. I loved how every time you got through one, you felt a little tougher. So I'm doing a series reacting and reviewing.
Sadly, not like they are anymore. They suck nowadays.
And if the dark, twisted tone was warranted. So join me in taking a look at some dark tunes.
Okay, let's check it out. Let's check out I Was a Teenage Gary for SpongeBob.
Ever wonder what it's like to be a snail? I don't know, you guys recommended this one. I Was a Teenage Gary was released in 1999. It's another one of those I don't think is really that dark, but it got a ton of requests, and it is pretty strange and funny, so I definitely want to take a look at it. Let's do exactly that. Let's take a look.
Okay.
So the first thing that popped in my head when I saw this is actually a Tex Avery cartoon called Crazy Mixed Up Pup, and it's almost the exact same plot. It's a dog and a dog owner, and they get hit by a car, and they literally use human plasma and dog plasma, and they get them reversed, and they start acting like the opposite.
I never heard of that. That sounds weird.
And the title, of course, is a parody of I Was a Teenage Werewolf.
This is an old episode. Old days.
Or if you're like me and know Mystery Science Theater, you've definitely seen that before.
Exercise time is over, Gary.
One of the things I like about the whole idea of Gary is that, he's clearly a snail, but he's treated like a cat. That's not just a cat, it's sort of a bunch of different types of animals, and one of them is, here, hamster. He's on a hamster wheel going round and round, which, how does that work for a snail?
I don't know, man.
See a cartoon character with a watch, you can bet they're gonna look at it at some point. When do you ever see SpongeBob with a watch? Unless he's gonna look at it. Oh, there you go. I like the idea of this 5 o'clock shadow. That's literally a shadow. Like, it doesn't stretch with him when he smiles or anything. You can't even really see any stubble on it. I don't know. It's like a weird animation.
Looks like a mustache.
For the sake of being
or a full shadow, yeah.
Please stop leaving your undergarments on my front lawn.
I don't usually quote Batman Forever, but that just raises too many questions.
Yeah.
So you got SpongeBob and Patrick are going to head out of town. He has to find someone to look after his pet, in which case it's going to be Squidward.
If I watch Gary, you guys will be gone all weekend?
And I really like this idea, like he's not interested until he finds out they're going to be gone. And then the flip side of that is that if they don't go, they're going to bring the convention to his house.
The three of us can still have our own jellyfish convention at your house.
It's just those little touches that just make the plot move even smoother in the best way.
The bus is here! The bus is here!
A really well done joke here. So you have Patrick going through the wall. That's already funny. That's going to get a laugh. But then you just cut to the bus already with a star-shaped hole in it. You didn't need to hear a crash. You didn't need to see a reaction at all. You just put together immediately what happened after that. You did hear that smash. It wouldn't be as funny, but just cutting to the bus with that hole in it is just perfect. That gets a really, really big laugh.
I'm gonna do all the things I can't normally do because of SpongeBob.
That's one of the few times you don't have the French voice narrating how much time has passed. It's interesting. But then we get to the particularly cruel part of the cartoon.
Yeah.
For 3 days, this poor thing hasn't eaten at all. Has gotten no attention. He looks like he's just wasting away. Squidward is so horrified it scares off his tan. Which I think is just an easier way to not have to work in coloring him that throughout the rest of the cartoon. It would be very strange to see him like that throughout the whole thing.
Okay. Here we go.
This was fucked up, but it's so weird.
Shoving this food down its throat. I mean, he can barely even look at the food. It's in like his eye. The food's in his eye. He doesn't have the strength to eat, so now Squidward has to hide the food by eating it himself, which is just a great setup. You deny this thing food, then you try to give him the food. He won't eat the food, so now you have to take it away again. It is a lot of cruelty, isn't it?
Yeah.
Gary, what happened to you? What's wrong? Squidward!
I do like he does feel some legit remorse. Like he's about to walk out. He even has a little smile like I just got away with it. But then when he actually sees how Bob reacts to the poor snail there and even looks at the snail more. I mean, he does feel bad. So I like this. It's not a character without any redemption.
Therefore, a shot of snail plasma must be carefully administered.
There you introduced to the idea of the snail plasma, which looks very Alf's nose-ish. I guess we'll just stop there.
You gonna do it?
It's like
No,
a sex toy.
I'm squeamish.
The doctor can't do it because he's squeamish, which is an old joke, but it's still funny. That just makes me laugh.
Wait,
Hold him still.
wait. Ouch. You've injected me with snail plasma.
I guess when you think about it, the second half of this is your main character turning into a weird creature, and the first half of this, it's just animal cruelty. I mean, maybe there is a little bit more darkness to this than I give it credit for.
When a loved one.
I've seen the thumbnail, so I know what happens.
That little bit of sweating indicates a lot, because like the music is chipper and the angle is very normal, but something about that expression and the sweat pouring down when he looks at the food, that's such a little scene, but it does sort of give you an idea of what's going through his mind with the transformation.
I'm okay. Squidward said I'm fine. Ah!
Speaking of which, though not directly taking from it, this clearly has a lot of callbacks to the Wolf Man and a lot of famous transformation scenes from monster movies, and one of my favorite lines is right here.
That's okay. I'm a lefty anyway.
I love that. Not only does the sleeve fall off, which just means the arm is gone. That's already very funny, but him saying he's a lefty anyway, that's very good writing.
I can see this scaring a kid. I can see it scaring a kid.
Whatever happens, he always finds the bright side of it. Even if it's just like his limbs are disappearing, he still finds the plus to it. I like the clarinet having the pillow there too. I don't know if they've done that joke before. That's pretty good. You want, in my opinion, the scariest part of the cartoon? Watch that painting back there when the lights turn on. That's
That is-
Haunted Mansion shit there.
That's
what
creepy.
That painting looked like.
Meow, meow.
That's Yeah, that could scare a kid for life.
That little creepy, like touching the eye, and it's slowly going down and coming back.
Scar is
And
what
then
I'm
you got
missing,
kind of
not scare.
slimy element. You know, of course, messing with eyes, people don't like their eyes touched and everything. So I guess I can kind of see that.
It's all your fault.
Why does he still have that?
Meow, meow,
Yeah,
meow.
There is something I like to him peeking through the window and making that sound too, because it's not a usual SpongeBob sound. Be like meow, meow, but there's something almost zombie and robotic about it. Even the way he did it, meow, meow. Like there is something a little off about that. Again, that I think could rub kids the wrong way. Of course, Squidward gets stuck with the two, and they all turn into cat snails, whatever you want to call them. I do like the shadow work on here, which is funny.
His SquarePants is literally a fucking shell, unlike him and Squidward.
As much as moonlighting. Well, it's good. The colors and the shading here are pretty nice. They're singing "Blow the Man Down," which, if I heard right, the SpongeBob theme song was supposed to be kind of like a crazy sideways version of that song. So maybe that's one of the reasons they try to work it in.
Meow, meow. Meow, 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 meow.
And it just stops right there. It's like Mike Python the Holy Grail.
Weird ending.
So yeah, that was I Was a Teenage Gary. It's cute.
Cute?
You know, I'm mostly doing this one because a lot of people requested after I did the last SpongeBob one, and this one really came up a lot. I guess this really left like an impact with kids growing up, and maybe part of it is that you don't see him change back. There is some funky animation with him turning into a snail.
It's not as creepy or bad as Invader Zim.
Just animal cruelty. So I mean, I guess I could definitely see kind of the darker side of this, but it doesn't usually have the stuff I like in, cartoons like this. There's not a lot of shadow work. There's not a lot of fun angles. I more get into like sort of like the gothic cartoon. This one's just more like a zany thing that happens that has kind of a dark lean to it, and I guess a little bit of a parody of monster movies and such. But it's totally fine. time for what it is. I guess what I'm really looking for at the end of this is if you grew up with this, what impact did it have on you? Because this really, really got requested.
It didn't really scare me.
And I'd love
I've
to
seen
know,
other shit that's
did this
worse than
freak
this.
you out?
Trust
Was
me.
the idea of, oh, poor Gary, stuff happening to him, did that make you really bummed out? Or was it more the transformation and him becoming a snail was kind of freaky? Or was it both? Or is it just funny? Is it just something that really makes you laugh and it has a little bit of a dark lean there? Let me know. I'd love to know what you have to say. Hey,
Okay.
everyone, there's any particular cartoon you want me to look at as being very dark or twisted? Leave it in the comments below. Again, I'm not really looking for movie scenes or cartoons meant for teenagers or older. I'm talking about ones meant for little kids, but still scare the shit out of you.
What cartoon should the Stars of Credit do next? Maybe one of maybe Frankenweenie would be a good. Well, that's a movie though. What about the episode of what episode has any? Maybe try an episode of Arnold, Hey Arnold or something. The Headless Cabbie episode. That'd be cool. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Take care. Stay tuned for the next video, which will be my Funko Pop collection. Stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care. See you in that video. Peace out.